Meghan Markle has had a very busy year despite taking a step back from the royal family, and one expert has claimed that Meghan speaking the truth has been an absolute disaster. The Duchess recently won a privacy battle, but judges made a point of her unfortunate lapse of memory. An expert claimed this has exposed her true nature after she apologized to the court for forgetting information. In an article for The Spectator, Julie Burchill said speaking her truth has been one of Meghan Markle's USPs, and what an absolute disaster it's been. Burchill continued to state how despite Meghan quitting her acting career she was still continuing playing a role. She said though the Duchess had been assumed to have quit her acting career in order to spend more time with her merchandise, perhaps she was actually performing her most convincing role yet, that of a loving daughter unwillingly estranged from her darling dad, distraught when the clammy claws of the press got their hands on private correspondence. Besides, it's been a rocky year for the palace, with senior royals undertaking fewer than 60% of the engagements they were 2 years ago. This is mainly down to a combination of the COVID-19 pandemic, elderly family members growing older and the loss of senior members. In January last year, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle announced they were stepping back from royal duties. Then Prince Andrew retired from public life after his disastrous Newsnight interview about his friendship with pedophile financier Jeffrey Epstein. And this year, the Queen, who lost her husband Prince Philip in April, had to cancel and scale back her official visits due to health concerns. She undertook 182 engagements in 2021, compared to 127 in 2020. This might be expected as last year was dominated by lockdowns and travel restrictions due to the pandemic. But it's a significant decrease compared to the 291 engagements undertaken by Her Majesty in 2019. Overall, the royal family undertook 2,065 duties this year, which is 35% more than 2020 but only 59.5% of 2019's duties. This year Prince William was the only royal to complete more duties, 227, than in 2019, according to Canadian researcher Patricia Treble. Kate Middleton only attended one fewer event compared to her 115 last year, but her drop from 2019 has been the smallest in the family. Ms. Treble added, "Sure, their overall level of engagements hasn't changed that much, but that's actually news, as the other senior royals have experienced large drops in their tallies during the pandemic." Over the past few years, Prince Charles has tended to undertake the largest number of engagements, while Princess Anne has worked the most days. This year Anne managed to achieve both, doing 381 engagements, although even she was down 22% compared to before the pandemic. Meanwhile, the number of duties taken on by Charles fell by nearly a third to 371. Ms. Treble said that while COVID has made it hard to draw conclusions, one could infer that trends revealed by the pandemic are likely to continue, especially as the older royals undertake fewer engagements. There has been speculation that Charles, 73, has been considering restructuring the monarchy when he takes the throne. Royal sources have claimed he could slim the firm down to a handful of core members. On the other hand, former Good Morning Britain presenter Piers Morgan has claimed that many rich and powerful people could be sweating tonight after Ghislaine Maxwell's guilty verdict. Taking to Twitter, Morgan wrote, "Will vile Ghislaine Maxwell now sing like a canary to avoid spending the rest of her life in prison? If she does, there could be a lot of rich, powerful and famous people sweating tonight. And not sweating." Some people think that Morgan seemingly took an aim at Queen's second son Prince Andrew over his connections to Ghislaine and Jeffrey Epstein, as the royal faces serious allegations from Virginia Giuffre. Jeffrey Epstein's 2009 settlement with Prince Andrew's accuser Virginia Giuffre will be made public next week following an order by the U.S. judges. The agreement between Epstein and Virginia Giuffre could be key to a legal case involving Prince Andrew.